Yarnsensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Start with a slip knot. You want to chain 2. Place 2 single crochets in that second chain from the hook. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 single crochet in your first stitch and 2 single crochets in your last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. You will place 1 single crochet in each stitch across and 2 single crochets in your last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. You will repeat 1 single crochet across, 2 single crochets in the next. Chain 1, turn your work. You will repeat 1 single crochet across, 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Then you want to chain 1, turn your work, and you will complete repeating that same pattern until you have a total of 11 single crochets across, and we will meet back. I am completing my last row, and I want to do those last 2 single crochets at the end. And my last row, I have 11 single crochets across. Chain 2, turn your work. You will skip this first stitch. You will place a double crochet into the next stitch. You want to place a half double crochet in the next stitch, a half double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet in the next, and a slip stitch into the next. Single crochet in the next, half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, double crochet in the last 2 stitches. Chain 2 and slip stitch into that same stitch with your double crochet. If you want to change color to complete the last step, you're welcome to. Just finish off this yarn right here and add your new color into this stitch. I will be keeping the same color. Next, chain 2. You want to wrap your yarn around your hook, place it into that same stitch, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around your hook, place it in that same stitch, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around your hook and place it into that same stitch and pull up a loop and pull your yarn through all loops on the hook. You want to chain 1, 2, 3. You will reach from the back side and you want to go into that same stitch and pull your yarn to the back. You will pull your yarn through both loops on the hook. You will chain 1, you will skip the next stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch. You will chain 2, and this will be the repeat of the pattern around, and you will repeat wrapping your yarn around your hook, placing into the same stitch, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around the hook, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around the hook, and pull up a loop and pull your yarn through all 3 loops, chain 3, and reach from behind and pull that yarn through. Pull your yarn through those 2 loops and chain 1. And you will repeat this pattern around, and when you get to this bottom stitch, you will be slip stitching into that and repeating the same puff stitch pattern. The pattern will start again, skipping that next stitch and repeating your puffs, and we will meet back at the top. I have completed my stitches around. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 puff stitches. Now we will work on the top. Skip that next stitch and follow the same pattern. Once you're at your slip stitch, you just want to reach down to the stitch below and complete that slip stitch and complete your puff. Skip that next stitch and complete your puff in the next. Skip that next stitch and complete your puff in the next. And that's the last puff for this round. And to fasten off, you just want to complete a slip stitch into that same stitch. Chain 1 and cut your yarn and weave in your yarn tail. Okay, so you need to make 2, one for your front, one for the back, and we will stitch them together. On the second one, you will need to leave a long yarn tail. You will use that to close them out. And before you move on to that step, you want to flip them to the wrong side. And if you are using Velcro, you can apply it now before you stitch it together. If you want to use a button, that is fine. You can add that once you stitch it together. And if you want to add a zipper, you can do that as well. To close your bag, make sure that your puffs are lined. If you need to use a stitch marker, you can. I will place one at the bottom. You just want to join your pieces together by just reaching at the bottom of your puff stitch and just join from one side to the next and just continue around. When you get back to the top, you just want to join and make a knot at the bottom of each puff stitch. You're just going to carry your yarn back across. Once you get back to the other side, you just want to join it into that beginning puff that you started and make your little secure knot. You can weave your yarn tail into your work. You can use your glue to place your Velcro inside at the top.